So the way you put it was, how do I, how do you juggle multiple things? Here's the thing. When I first told you a moment ago, I said I like to get to the root problem. The root problem is our cognitive load in our brain.
Yeah.
And it's not so much, I guess to make it sound really simple, is we have to understand our own self. And I notice about me and other people that I work with
Yeah.
that we always use the terminology, I'll do it later. Why do we say that? Why does the brain autopilotly say, I'll do it later?
Yeah.
And it's because in our head, we, when we say we're going to do something, we have a vision. And what creates that vision in our head, which is, I need to do X, Y, Z to get A, or Z and a half. But and then we think, oh, in our brains it feels like it's about an hour's worth of time, right?
Yeah.
But when I actually start the task and I clock myself, it took me 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 25 minutes. My point is, it doesn't, what we do in our heads is we go, oh, we need about an hour, a full day, 8 hours, 6 hours. So I need to make sure I find a time that I'm free. Therefore, we always say, I'm not free, I'm not available, I'm busy. Because it really only takes 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 minutes to do something. Yeah. But our vision, our brain goes, we need about an hour, right? And this happens in a nanosecond. So the nanosecond goes, I need about an hour. So I don't have time right now. No, you do it now, and you get it done, and it takes about an hour. Here it goes. Understanding now that you know how our brains work, in vision wise, in estimating time frame, right? And then it causes us, the why is it causes us to go, I'll do it later. So now let's look at it this way. I wake up in the morning and I go, all right, I have 4 websites I have to overlook. I have the shop I have to overlook. And I have several marketplaces like Amazon, Etsy, several Etsys, and I don't know, OfferUp and Let Go and whatever. I go, all right, well, how much? Let me ask Jasmine. How much time do you think that will take if you had to do all that every day?
Like 3 hours.
Good. It's roughly around that time. So what do? You say, all right, divide it by 8 things. What's the math? Let's just say the math is 25 minutes. Cool. I'm going, you see, so it's scaling, it's breaking it down to like fundamental time. Okay, well, if it's 25 minutes per platform, cool, I can bear with that. Or 20 minutes per platform, let's just say. I wake up in the morning and I say to myself, all right, I'm gonna have my laptop, my iPad, and my iPhone next to me with my earbuds. And I'm not gonna go anywhere out of bed unless I just wake up, I get my juice and my water, I go back to bed, and I'm on my laptop, iPad, and iPhone, the 3 devices, and I crunch away so that every day I can actually manage 4 things. Or I'm sorry, 8 things. Just within the 3-hour period. Like right now, I literally just wrapped up all my internet stuff that I needed to do. Then I have to go do some buying. So, okay, cool. I'll spend about 1 or 2 hours buying. Before I used to spend... Now, to answer your question, do you see what I'm saying? Did you at any moment right now realize, oh, wow, my thoughts are bigger than me. My appetites are bigger than me. I need to just get it done now and just time myself. Here's the thing. This is the beauty about why I slow down my panic attacks and my anxiety attacks. I used to always, when I think, I remember one time I was at a vendor's distribution, location, and they asked me a question, and I started sweating. And they're like, "Why are you sweating?" I said, "I don't know." My brain was going through a panic attack.
Yeah.
I think I was so accustomed to it, I didn't realize it. But I was sweating. But I knew I was hungry. I didn't eat all morning too. So I was, but I know, but I was like, oh shoot, why am I getting like this? Because my brain was telling me, hey dude, stop adding more shit to your plate.
Your brain was.
My brain was. So my point is, if we just clocked ourselves, if we knew, okay, it only takes 15 minutes to go for a walk with your dog. If we clock it and we have the facts in hand, oh, it took 15 minutes to walk my dog. But when you get up and you got so much thing to do and you go, oh man, I can't walk my dog today. If you stop and you just observe your own brain, your brain will go, oh, I need an hour.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
but
That's
when
exactly
right?
what you're saying is exactly what I do. Like
We overcomplicate it. We overextend
Exactly.
it. Yeah, right. But my point being is, if we just knew, wow, it took 15 minutes, right? Now now when you think that, you don't feel like it's an hour. You don't feel like it's an eternity because it feels like an eternity, right?
Yeah.
So when if you can spend one full day, let's just say several days, clocking yourself everything you do. Oh, cooking took me 30 minutes. It saved me this much money. Like breaking it down to a science, breaking it down to numbers, breaking it down to the actual, numbers, math. You can actually better manage yourself. You don't, and emotionally, you can better manage your emotions because you're not so fearful. You don't depend on your arbitrary thoughts of how much time it's going to take. You depend on, now you have, oh, well, walking the dog, throwing my laundry in the dryer, in the washer, and maybe counting cash and looking over your mail. If you never had the numbers, you would think that would take an hour. But I can tell you, it probably took me 40 minutes to do all that. Right?
Yeah.
So now you got an extra, some time frame to do whatever you need to do. So my point is, you have two things you want to do. How much time do you think it takes you to do it every day?
I guess the reason I ask you this is because my conditioned brain is telling me like you're doing too much.
Okay.
Stop.
You're not. You're
just
not.
stop. See, and that's why I had to ask you because I absolutely love real estate and I don't want to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my bib covers and I think it's like a good idea. And I still want to do nursing and that's where I'm getting my money from. So like talking to you, I'm like, I know you're doing it. So I'm just like, okay, like, because my conditioned brain is telling me like, no, this is too much. Like you're spreading yourself thin. You can't do it. But then like, I know there's multiple people who do manage different things. It's just learning how to do it efficiently. That's just a thing, not overcomplicating it and just doing it. And sometimes I feel like I will think about it way longer than I could have just had it done by the time, instead of me like, oh, I can't do it. I just spent like 10 minutes thinking I can't do it when I could have just done it,
Yeah. So here goes. Here's another little perspective that blew my mind away. This is from Gary Vaynerchuk. He says, the future is voice. The future is AI. That's the new technology, not new technology, but that's the technology that's going to evolve into. So if you have a business now that you want to keep alive and you want to stay competitive and you want to beat your competitors when that time frame comes, because you now know your competitors is not spending time looking at the AI in voice. What he says to do, right, is spend 30 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, just reading about it. Just to start. Every day, spend 10 minutes, just make sure you read something about voice and AI. So now you're not spending an hour, you're not spending 8 hours, you're not spending 4 hours or 3, you're spending just 10 minutes to 30 minutes. Say, you know what? This is the future. I'm just going to get into the habit of reading or doing something that's going to propel me into that direction, that trajectory, that vision that we set for ourselves. Every day for the next 10 years. Remember that. 5 years, 7 years, whatever time frame it takes to get there. All right, whatever time frame that technology is going to come meet us in the middle of now or 5 years. My point is, it's just making sure you block out little sectors of your calendar to go, I'm doing this, this, and that. I'm getting this into my lifestyle. I had a talk with one of my friends the other day. I said, look, if you want to start your business right now, just start doing YouTube videos every day. Do you know how long it takes you? He goes, no. I said 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day for the next month would change your life. Is 10 minutes a day worth a lot to you right now than just wasting the 10 minutes?
Yeah.
No, it's not worth that much.
No, I mean, like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right? So breaking it down into numbers and going, okay, well, I can spend 10 minutes a day. It sounds like nothing, but you try to meditate for 10 minutes, it feels like an eternity, right? But just know, hey, I'm going to spend 10 minutes. But my point to you is, cool, your bibbing thing, spend an hour a day. That's it. Discipline yourself, wake up an hour early, or make sure that you're managing your time wisely and go, you know what? I wake up at 9 every day. I can wake up at 8 and spend 1 hour on bibbing. That's it, 1 hour, no more. Promise yourself no more. And trust me, when you start, you can get into a 3-hour funk and not even realize
set
it.
a timer then.
Yeah, set a timer. 1 hour. Shit, I got to race against myself to get it done, and I can't spend more than an hour. After an hour, I got to go fucking do something else. And that discipline is amazing because you now create sense of urgency. You go, oh man, I actually have to finish it in an hour. I can't spend more.
Yeah.
Right? Now you're holding yourself accountable to the clock. So you spend it, you put a timer on, put 60 minutes, put a timer on. You're racing yourself. Turn off you're gonna want to turn off your cell phone text messages. You're gonna turn off you're not gonna answer calls that come in. You're not gonna answer Instagram anymore. You're not gonna answer Facebook. You're not gonna fucking let all these notifications pop up in your home screen, whatever. You're not gonna let it bother you because you're like, shit, I don't have any more time but an hour in my life. It's like creating a life and death situation sometimes. It's like, I got no more time but this. That's why people always say, certain successful people say, just jump in and do it, because you're gonna create sense of urgency and you're gonna feel, oh my God, I don't have time.
Yeah.
You know, Warren Buffett was writing a letter to somebody and says, you know, I have about 4,000 some hours left on this earth or something like that. So, you know, I'll give you this much time in my life. That's how he writes his email to people. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy to picture.
Right? You're averaging it out. You're not saying I'm going to live to 120. Hey, who knows if you live 120? But hey, let's take the average who lives up to 85 today, 80 today, 75 today. Divide that over the hours. Now you know how much time you kind of have roughly, right? Knock on wood. So it's breaking it down. That's it. My point to you, to answer your question, is every day, bibbing 1 hour. No more. 30 minutes, no more. Set yourself the time frame. Right? Besides, how much time does it really take to work on bibbing on a new startup? It's sending a couple emails, responding to a couple emails every morning, strategizing what I'm going to do tomorrow, setting a calendar for tomorrow, saying follow up on this, follow up on that. That's it.
Okay.
It's
funny because, I feel so lost in it because my next thing was I'm sourcing, right? I'm sourcing for this idea of the recycled stuff, and then I just get lost. I don't know where to start. I'm just I get all overwhelmed. But you're you giving me that parameter, 1 hour. Okay, now I'm okay, I'm gonna focus on just sourcing for this, and then break it down that way. Cool. And then it makes it easier, But for whatever reason, it's just I overcomplicate it, and I'm oh my God, it's too hard. I got to do this. This is, But just you saying every day 1 hour, it's oh, okay, that is doable,
Yeah.
And then, okay, because I just felt oh my God, I'm crazy. I'm a nurse, I'm a real estate agent, and then I'm doing these nursing covers. Am I crazy? But that's who I am. I can't make it stop, So, okay, well, thank you. This is good. I got it.
That's it.
That's all I needed to hear. So I got this. I just need to do better on my time management.
Time management.
And,
that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Just remember how much your brain complicates things. If you know the
does.
root problem is that, just fix that. Find a way to fix that. Everything else just falls into place organically.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
this is being recorded. Can I share this on my YouTube channel?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, I gotta run.
All right. Peace out.
Have a good day.